that completely respects you and our environment. Today I have the pleasure of bringing our national culture artist, Kimberly Oakley, with us. She's going to present to you what Surface is. It's going to be guest services in a green world. Thank you guys so much.
You guys ready? I've been waiting on you guys. It took me so long. Class started 15, 20 minutes ago. Just kidding. Awesome. Thank you guys for being patient with us. You gotta love the technical difficulties that sometimes we face. But guess what? We're strong, right? And we can overcome them, right? Okay. So for the next hour and a half, we're gonna have some fun. Ready? Okay, guys, remember, this is yes.
Yeah.
This is no. This is, she has way too much damn energy for me. I don't know what she's talking about. Okay? I promise it'll be fun for the next 90 minutes. We're going to learn some product knowledge. We're going to learn some treatments. Vicky over here, raise your hand. Everybody knows Vicky, I'm sure. She's like, oh God, I don't know what I signed up. This girl had way too much coffee. Vicky is going to donate all of her hair. We're going to shave it off. Wrong consultation.
Oh, sorry.
Just kidding. Vicky's gonna be my model for our lovely Max Repair treatment, and I'll tell you what, guys. If you only take away one thing from this class for the next 90 minutes, and it's the Max Repair treatment, you're already one step ahead of the game. Okay. Personal health, and he started working with chemists, and started realizing how harmful our industry is. Do you guys realize we're the second most toxic industry out there? I didn't know that either, right?
What's number one?
Truck driving, right? So my dad's a retired truck driver, my mom's a retired hairdresser, and I'm still doing it. So I'm like, please, Lord, keep with me. But I didn't realize that either. I also didn't realize that parabens were found in 80% of breast cancer patients. That's crazy when you think about that. So when Wayne and the team met with the chemist, one of the questions they asked is, how many blow dries do you think you've done your entire career? I've been doing this for almost 20 years, right? And of course, Wayne's been doing it a lot longer than I have. But, you know, we kind of laughed and was like, oh, we have no idea. Well, the chemist doesn't have the same personality as I did or Wayne did. So he didn't think it was funny. And actually, he said, it's really not a laughing matter, so I totally felt like I was getting scolded for laughing. And then that made it worse because I wanted to laugh even more. Have you ever been there? Oh, yeah. You can't laugh, but you're totally like dying to laugh. And he goes, it's really not a laughing matter because if you think about all the plastics in a product that you're using, and there's nothing wrong with plastics until what? Until what? Until you heat it up, right? So if you think about all the plastics that you're using in products and you're blow drying on your busiest day, on your busiest day, how many blow dries have you done just in one day?
Oh God, I don't know, 15.
Okay, so 15 times you're breathing that in, right? So think of it this way. If I invite you over to my house for a bonfire, all of you guys are going to come because I'm a lot of fun. And I have alcohol. But then I tell you to bring like any kind of extra tires, rubber, plastic, Cool Whip containers. How many of you guys have Cool Whip containers in your cabinets? Right? And bring those over because that's what we're burning and going to sit around versus wood. Would you still come? Probably, because I'm still a lot of fun. But you probably wouldn't sit around the fire, correct? So I want you to think of it that way. When we get into Surface, like Wendy said earlier, Surface is high-performance, salon-exclusive hair care that completely respects our personal health. Okay? So we are leaving the world a better place by just simply using a product that is not full of parabens, sulfates, plastics, and since we are in the number one, like I think, the best industry out there, I want to stay as long as I can in it, right? I'm going to be completely honest, because I really can't lie. My back starts sweating and get all nervous. My husband's like, you're horrible at lying. I'm like, that's really not a bad thing. But 2 reasons why people leave this industry earlier than what they really should is health reasons, right? You guys agree?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get them some coffee with Jack or something. Okay. Or 2, they're too lazy to build a guest book. They expect to walk into a salon and have a full guest book and not have to continue any kind of education because they got their state license, they went to cosmetology school, they have arrived. Right? expecting a full book, you guys are already there because you guys are here. You're spending the next 90 minutes with me, so you're already one step ahead of the game. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for that. And two, health reasons. Or number one, health reasons. So that's what we're going to learn about, a product that we can use that's not going to kill us in the long run, right? So we can actually do this longer because we like it. We love it, right? Okay. So when we break into Surface as a whole, we have different sub-brands, okay? So we have, let's get over here to what we actually have. We have our stylers. Can you guys see that? I know it's not the best, but just say yes. Thank you. So we have our stylers, okay? And then from there, we go into our Basu line, which is going to be our hydration line. We'll touch base on that a little bit further. Then we're going to go into our Trinity line, which is going to be our volume and strengthening line, okay? And then we're going to go into our curls line, which is going to be curls, but not just for curls. I don't want you to put the curls line just in a box with only your curly guest, okay? We'll go further into that. And then we have our Awaken line, which our Awaken line is going to be our therapeutic. Any kind of scalp issues, dandruff, psoriasis, itchy scalp, dry scalp, also amazing, amazing, amazing for thinning. Okay, so that's going to be our Awaken line. And then we also have our Violet shampoo and conditioner with our toner spray, Violet toner spray. How many of you guys, just a raise of hand, have like dipped into any Surface products? Okay, let's start with you real quick. What have you?
I tried the Awaken.
Awesome.
I don't remember.
I like the Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy. Taffy Whip. Love it.
The Violet Surface one. I got it as a raffle.
Nice. Anybody else? No one in here has tried Bastu oil? Oh my, I love when you guys haven't tried anything because you're going to be in awe. And then we have our Pure Rose Gold shampoo and conditioner. How many of you guys have currently guests in your chair that are doing that rose gold? Awesome. Only one? How to get more people in it. And then, of course, we have our Max Repair, but we'll go into that right now. So, now, the two main ingredients, and I'm not going to get too deep into science, but I'll tell you what, I'll hang out as long as I need to after the class if anybody wants to come in and talk science with me, because I can do that all day. I do have to fly out later tonight, but I have some time afterwards. So the two main ingredients that I want you guys to take away today is Basu nut oil and amaranth protein. What is it? Nut oil. She's like, nut oil. She's going on vacation. She's already mentally in Michigan as we speak. So Basu and amaranth, okay? Basu is not, we're not the first company to use Basu. Can anybody take a guess what who was the first company to use Basu oil in their products, the Basu nut oil? You guys have the product in your state. Where's the one right now? Aveda, yes. Aveda. Aveda was the very first company to use Basu oil. However, we are the first company to maximize Basu oil as much as we have, meaning it's in every single one of our products, including our color line and our bleach. We use it as a driver, we use it as a penetrating oil, it's loaded with antioxidants, it's aloe, very, very healing. How many of you guys have seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding? Yes. Okay, for those that have, you know how they use Windex for everything? Oh, yeah. We legit use Basu oil for everything, okay? So, the Basu oil is in every single one of our products, but it's in its main, like the most of it is in the Basu line, which is our hydration line, okay? I'm going to be passing around a lot of products, so I'm going to start here, and then what you're going to do is actually put them right here when you're done.
So what are the benefits?
Okay? Throughout the last 10 years, we found so many more ways of using it that it has, and continues to be our #1 selling product. We can use it for skin and hair. I'm going to give you a couple different ways of using it. Remember, it's loaded with antioxidants and aloe, so it's very, very, very healing, and it's very penetrating. I'm going to pass it around. I want you to put, everybody, follow instructions, like drop or two onto your hand, rub it in. Rub it in, and within 90 seconds, not even, you're able to snap your fingers. That's how penetrating it is. Okay? So we have found using it on your skin. How many of you guys get dry knuckles, cracked knuckles, dry skin during the winter? Well, I mean, you guys are in Florida still, you know what I mean. Just water, all of that, right? I keep one in my car, I keep one in my purse. I haven't had cracked knuckles in like 10 years. I'm from Chicago, so that gets kind of crazy over there, right? Also, using it as a moisturizer on your face. How many of you guys will have a guess that you guys do waxing here?
Yeah.
Okay, they get really red, sensitive. You put a little bit of Bath oil on before you wax, then wax, and then after, they will not be red at all.
Oh, that's
Yes.
So when you do it after the shampoo and conditioner for a color, do you upcharge for it, or that's like just a part of it?
Every salon is different. That in my salon, it's included in my color price.
Okay.
So it would be up to how you would like to do that.
Okay.
But absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So it goes with every color in your salon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're using it, you can feel how penetrating it is, right? So you can also, like I said, the reason why we stream it on the hair after we shampoo it, condition it, and towel dry it is because we put it in our hands and then apply it to the hair. What's happening
Your
there?
hands.
It's so penetrating that your hands are taking most of it. So we're streaming it on. Surface Bath oil will go with any color line that you guys use. Meaning, if you're doing a level 5 on your guest and you want some extra shine, you want like a little bit of a boost, like with the delivery system on it, you can just do like a little S pattern right on top of your color and mix it up, and it'll give you tremendous shine. I mean, more shine than you've ever seen, and it will not dilute the color. Your level 5 will still be your level 5. That's a color additive, so yes, you would charge for that. Okay? Make sense? What do you guys think so far? Yeah, moisturizer on your face, it's absolutely amazing for that.
And it does absorb some.
Dry hair, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, not that I'm promoting not washing your hands, because I want you to wash your hands, but what I'm going to do is pass around some products, and when you guys put it in your hands, at the end of the class, I want you to feel how you're not going to feel like you got 7 different products on your hands. And that is simply because we are working with an all-natural product that doesn't have the nasty plastics in it. Wedding season, prom season, whatever, with upstyling, how many of you guys have finished the day and your black mat is white? Right? Like you're sticking to everything on you. You got stuff, you got like white stuff on your curling iron. You guys been there? Don't act like you haven't, I know you have. With Surface, you're not going to see that because we simply don't have the plastics, okay? So when you get into the Basu line, we have the shampoo. Absolutely amazing hot tip for you guys when you are wanting your guests to smell one of our products, or any products really, you smell it first, right? Because if I'm like, hey, smell this, okay, she's most likely going to smell it because she's somewhat trusts me, right? But if I'm like, oh, smell that, what do you think? Right? Now you want to smell it. Right. Most likely you won't have to get there because when you go to shampoo with it, you get the, oh, what is that? It smells like cupcakes. And you'll see every single one of our products, all natural fragrance like vanilla, lavender, ginger, sandalwood. That's what we're using in our products. So right here, you guys are smelling vanilla and lavender in the Bastu line, which is our hydration line. Every single one of our products, there you go, girl. Here, I'll put it over here, so then.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's collecting them all over here.
I know.
You're not listening. I said right there.
Yeah.
Just mess with you. She's like, shampoo shampoo, we have the conditioner, and then we have the mask, okay? All of our products work from the inside out, so you're not gonna get the heavy buildup when you're working with the surface products. A matter of fact, I have the mask in my hair right now that I left in just a little bit. I dry it in. You're gonna see on Vicky that she's gonna have 4 of our products left in her hair, and her hair is not gonna feel like it's flat, greasy, all that nastiness, right? It's gonna look absolutely beautiful because I pinky sore, so I have to stick with that. So you'll see that when we do the max repair. Go ahead and pass that around and give it a good smell. Give it a good wet. Now, with our Bastu line, one of my favorite is the Bastu Shine Spray. Oh, I love the Bastu. One of the reasons I love Surface, and one of the reasons many of my guests love Surface, is because you're going to find throughout the next 90 minutes that there's so many different ways of using each product. Like, for example, we can use this just as a shine on our hair before we walk out the door. We can use it to kind of give our skin a little bit of brightness on it. We can use it, spray it on, hit it with a hot tool to give it some shine.
Is this one you're talking about Vicky's gonna do?
That is one of the products in there in the Max Repair that we're getting ready to do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. And you can pass it and give it a good smell. Yes,
So
ma'am.
you said you could use that thermal styling, so it has thermal protection?
Yes, all of them have thermal protection. Now that will give it more of a shine when you're using it with the hot tool.
Okay.
There's a couple other products coming up that I use as a thermal protectant over the shine,
Got it.
but you can still definitely use that. That's going to give you a shine.
It's like a dry spray.
Right. That's going to give you a shine on your hair that if you flat iron it in or hit it with a hot tool in, it's going to last up to 4 weeks. So I always do like a nice shine treatment on it, hit it with a hot tool, and let them know like that shine's going to stay for a good 4 to 6 weeks. Now remember, all Surface products work without heat. But anytime you add heat to the product, it's just penetrating those ingredients further into the hair. So it works without heat, but if you add heat, you're just getting a deeper penetration into the hair. Got it? So, everybody have the Max Repair postcard? We are going to just shut this real quick, and you can turn on the lights because we're going to take a 2-minute break from the PowerPoint if someone wants to hit the lights for me. And Vicki, you are. Wants to hit the lights on for me? You definitely can.
I don't have the prices right.
It is not. That is mainly, and I can go in more detail about it because that is what everybody thinks like sulfate. That's actually a derivative. It's not the sulfate like what we're thinking. And I actually have a different ingredients, mainly that one. And then in the hairspray also, it's alcohol SD. So of course,
So somebody who has like Danny's amount of hair.
you're gonna use a lot.
Okay.
You're gonna use a lot. However, what you wanna do, if you don't have enough, this is how you're gonna know you don't have enough during a Max Repair treatment. I'm gonna put it in, thank you. I'm gonna put it in, going up.
Oh, Mimi, that's a good one.
Marcy, you should put your hair in a ponytail.
Oh my god, it's getting long enough to put it in.
Oh yes.
How cute are you?
So, when you mix it on, or when you mixed water,
Should we take a picture?
you're gonna mist it to the point where you get a nice lather out of it. You're not gonna mist it to the point where it's like dripping in her eyes and she can't see and it's a hot mess going on. Now, if I was to mist this and I'm not getting a lather, I need to add more. Okay, because the unwanted elements on her hair are not, it's at a point where I need to add more. Okay? You're good, Rosa. Okay, now this is also a great opportunity. Most of your guests, maybe not all of them, but the common question that you get when you're talking about an all-natural product line, does it lather up? Right?
Yeah.
So this would be a perfect opportunity to show them that you get a nice lather out of it. And the reason for that is because we use rose ether. And we have our rose ether for the preservative, excuse me. And then for the lather, we use coconut, palm, and basu oil. Okay? So you get a nice lather. Now at this point, once you have that in there, Rosa gets a 5 to 10 minute head massage, but today only like a minute because well, she's a model. You know, models get shafted. Okay, now listen. When you are doing this with your guest, everything you talk about, like you're introducing Surface to them, you're letting them know that Surface, 10% of all net profits for Surface goes towards World Vision. Like you're telling them everything about Surface that you learned from Kim Oakley when she came in, right?
Right.
When you start to massage the head, shut up. Because she does not care if it's all natural. She doesn't care if we feed hungry children. She doesn't even care about her kids right now. Do you agree?
Agreed.
And that's
Rosa said yes.
okay? Remember, little things don't mean a lot, they mean everything. So when you're giving your guest that head massage, just write it down.
Quiet down.
Right? Okay? Agree? Right? How's that feel, Rosa?
Yeah, very good.
Oh, very good. She said, I like you. I'm going to tell Vicky. Vicky's
Nice
over.
massages.
Vicky's
Bless
over.
you.
Bless you.
Vicky's going to. Okay, so now some of my guests get 10 minutes, some of them get 5. It depends on if I like them. Just kidding, everybody gets 10. So now, I know this is kind of weird, but what I want you to do is just take just a little bit. Yeah, Vicky or Rosa, you look good. Take a little bit off my hand. Just take a little bit off my hand and rub it just a little bit. Don't get stingy. There's 25 people here, I think. Okay, all right. And rub it in your hands. Tell me what you think of the lather. Just a little, okay, no. It's okay.
It smells good.
She goes, I feel weird touching that. It's okay. Right now, we are stepping away from the Max Repair, and we're going to continue on, and we'll come back to Rosa and pick up where we left off. Yay, Rosa! Okay. How do we feel about that so far? Is that something that you can offer? Can you think of one guest right now that you can offer that on?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I made a mistake, Rosa, and I forgot to take a picture of before your hair, but everybody knows what it looked like before. It's not a color service. It's not. Her hair is going to appear about 2 shades lighter because of the buildup that I'm pulling off. Especially thyroid medication buildup, you guys. It's horrendous on the hair. Sometimes you don't even realize it, right? So that's going to pull that off. Our strengthening and volume line. I hate not to use this because I went through so much trouble getting it. I better turn it back on. Would you like to go to use that? Okay, can you hit the lights for me, love? No? Yes? Maybe so?
That, yeah.
Don't think we're leaving this class without singing happy birthday to you, Ashley.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, you're the best. Thanks for the vodka. So when we are in our training line, we have our shampoo, we have our conditioner, we have our protein cream, and we have our protein tonic, and we have our dry shampoo, and our one shot. Okay? That's our strengthening and volume line. Do you remember the second main ingredient I talked about earlier in the class? Amaranth protein, okay? Amaranth protein is a flexible protein. So it's going to give you just what you need without giving you too much, okay? It's very flexible, working with one of the best sources of protein right now, currently, okay? How many of you guys have been to Disney, Epcot? Okay. Do you guys recall going into a room and they're actually growing amaranth? Okay. The reason for that, amaranth is known as the never fading flower. Okay. So Epcot for the last 20 some years have actually been researching amaranth and figuring out how it doesn't fade. right? Very cool. If you haven't seen it or you have been there or you missed it, definitely if you get a chance, it's really cool. So what we do is we are using it in every single one of our products, remember? But it's in its highest amount in our Trinity line, okay? So since we're working with amaranth and it's known as the never fading flower, if I have any fantasy colors that I'm working with, like after I get done with your hair, she would go home with the Trinity because it has the most amaranth in it and it's going to hold the color 30% longer. Right? My reds, my dark brunettes, I am sending them home. You're going home with Trinity. Okay? Now, when we're working with the shampoo and conditioner, beautiful. Beautiful. Work with the shampoo and conditioner. You can cocktail the Trinity shampoo with the Vastu conditioner or vice versa. That's okay because I don't think I've had one person sit down in my chair that didn't need protein, strengthening, volume, and hydration. Right? So you can cocktail those two. However, again, with my fantasy colors and my reds, they're going home with the Trinity shampoo and conditioner. Okay? How many of you guys have a guest that come in or yourself and they're like, I can't seem to grow my hair past my shoulders? Okay, and they have new growth. It's growing. Just stop growing, right? So it's not that it stops growing. We know that, right? What happens is the protein on the ends rubs against the shoulders, the friction of your shoulders breaks off the protein, rubs off the protein. It could be mechanical. Your hot tool use will take that off. Any kind of environmental, it could be anything taking the protein off, which is making the hair brittle. Okay? So what I have here, which is my all-time favorite, is our Trinity Tonic Spray. And what I'll do is I'll mist this on the ends every day, wet or dry. I only wash my hair maybe once a week, so I do it every day dry. And what happens is it builds the protein onto the ends, okay? So when it rubs against your shoulders, or environmental, mechanical, whatever it may be, it's taking this protein off and leaving your protein. So you would send this home with your guest, you'd let her know, spray it on your ends every day, build that protein up, okay? Another thing you can do with it in your color, same thing with Vastu oil, it does not mess with your color. You're just adding the protein, extra protein into the bleach, is put a 1/4 ounce of it into your bleach as a color additive. Okay, so like a bond builder.
Does that go wet or dry? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And it won't affect like when you're styling
It will not affect, I actually use this as a thermal protectant.
Got it.
We call it a protein press. I won't forget about you, love. Protein press, we mist it on, we hit it with a flat iron, it's penetrating that amaranth protein, which remember is flexible, you can't get too much into the hair, and it builds that protein. And this is also when I do it, when you guys get the Trinity, save the lid, okay? Because what I'll do is I will take it and I will actually put a 1/4 ounce of it into my bleach in front of my guests. Why do I do that? So they can see, they can ask questions, and this is what I say to them. I'm using it as a protein builder. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put a little bit into your bleach. Your bleach is going to eat this and leave your hair alone. So your hair is actually healthier after a highlight than what it was before. Okay? And not to get too far into our pure lightening, but our bleach has this automatically in it, but that doesn't mean you can't put more in it. Okay? So,
We still can put the Bond Ultimate that we use.
what was your question?
No, we're not using their bleach.
Yeah, but
No,
we
she's
put
saying-
this, we put the Bond Ultimate, it's
Like
a
Olaplex.
conditioner.
You know how you add Olaplex to the lightener? She's saying, can you add that and that as well?
You absolutely, but you won't need to. You don't need 2 bond builders. But I mean, they do the same thing.
Do we charge extra?
I do. Yep, it's included in my color.
Do these have a bond? So this has a bond too.
That has amaranth, yep, and yep. So,
It's all from the
same line, Trinity line, yep. So you can mist this on. Another thing I love about the Trinity Tonic is you can use it to set your makeup. Absolutely wonderful. And like almost like a refresher. Let me take you back a couple steps. The Purify that I used on Rosa low pH balance of 4.5, so you can use it as a body wash and a face wash. Okay, it's like in our soap dispensaries at home. It was like, my child's 5 years old now, but it was in my hospital bag when I gave birth to Colt. They like tried to bust out the Johnson & Johnson, and I had just had a C-section. My child weighed almost 11 pounds. Yeah, I gave birth to a toddler.
She did too.
Yeah, he came out asking for a shot of Jack and a cigar.
Sounds about right.
We must have to drink together.
So, and I told him, like, don't use the Purify, or don't use the Johnson & Johnson. I have a shampoo that I want you to use, blah, blah, blah. And then I went into, like, education mode. My husband's like, she never stops. However, the reason why Johnson & Johnson doesn't burn your eyes, no tear, does anybody know? Because it's the same pH balance of your eyes. What's your pH balance of your eye? It's like 7 something, okay? I don't want something on myself or my child that has a pH balance of like 7 point something. It's crazy, okay? So, pass this around, don't be afraid, mist it on your face. Wait, if you don't want to mist it on your face, spray it in the air. Okay, so, Trinity Dry Shampoo. How many of you guys love a dry shampoo? How many of you guys hate a dry shampoo? I used to hate dry shampoo. Absolutely. I'll be the first to admit, and I will be the first to tell you that I went straight up to Wayne and told him I was not excited about a dry shampoo because I don't think they work. I think they suck. And then he fired me. No, I'm just kidding. But all kidding aside, I never liked a dry shampoo. I tried all professional ones. I've tried all the over-the-counter one. I've tried it all. I never liked it. One, I never liked the white chalky residue that they leave. And 2, it's usually about day 3 that I start using the dry shampoo. It doesn't work. The chalkiness from the dry shampoo is now on top of my oil, and now I have even more of a hot mess, right? So with our Trinity Dry Shampoo, it's 1, invisible, okay? So you don't get the chalkiness. Okay, I can spray it on here. We do this at shows. Wow. All day long. Wow, I know, right? It's okay. I use it on dogs. I do.
I might use it on mine.
I do. I use it in between my dog's grooming appointments. And I don't like the smell of the outside when they come in.
Oh yeah.
You know that smell?
Yes.
So I'm literally at the door. My husband's like, enough.
Come here, Sparky.
Yeah, enough of that. So completely 100% invisible. It has a nice citrus spray. I'm gonna spray it. I'm gonna pass it around. How many of you guys now go to the second reason why I hated dry shampoo? Because I never thought they worked. How many of you guys use a dry shampoo on day 1? The day you shampoo. Good for you. Because for 15 years of my career, I was using dry shampoo wrong and telling my guests to use it wrong. Because I would use dry shampoo on day 3. Why would I use dry shampoo on day 1? I shampooed my hair. Right? Right? And if you use dry shampoo on day 1 and on day 2, you don't get to day 3. Point of oily where you're at a point of no return. Right? So the two reasons why I hated dry shampoo, I don't have anymore. Invisible, I use it on day 1. I use it on day 2. I use it on day 3. Okay? I use it as deodorant. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Use it on the dog.
I use it on the dog.
Use it on the kid.
How many of you guys do extensions? How many of you guys have extensions? This is the best you'll ever see with extensions. The best. I promise. Spray it around and
Everybody just spray each other.
I know.
Spray them out.
Well, we'll be fine because it's been fun.
It's all natural.
right. All right.
It doesn't feel like any gritty.
Right.
No, because usually,
Spray
and
it in your
I
eye, don't spray.
Come on out, my love.
no, it doesn't. It's all natural. It's really good.
All right. Can you hit the lights for me, please?
I always find that when I use
It's
dry
day
shampoo,
2.
the first day I feel like when I go to use it, it feels right.
No larger than the size of my blade right there. So I don't want to come in and try to like take all this, see where I'm at. Okay, I've lost control. And I don't know about you, but I like control. Ask my husband. So I come in, I find the bend of the hair. It is so important that you find the bend of the hair because let me tell you what, guys. If you do not know how to do this or you're just guessing, you think Kim said this during the class on Wednesday, you are going to jack her up. Okay? So if you went on a mental vacation, if you're somewhere else right now, just come back to me real quick. Okay? It's all right. I've already been to Hawaii twice in fact. Okay, so I'm coming in, I'm going to find the bend of the hair. The reason why I want to find the bend of the hair is because I want to stay above the bend of the hair. Right? What happens if I go below the bend of the hair? I find the bend, I'm right here. It's going to stick straight up. She's going to be that guess. It's like I got a really bad razor cut in 2018. Okay, still trying to grow it out. So now I want you to find the bend on every section that you do. I don't want you to be like, okay, right there's the bend, so assume that that's going to be the bend over on that section. Don't assume. Okay, you know assuming? Never mind, we'll go there. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to find the bend. Can you see me, Rhonda?
Yes.
Rhonda McKay?
Yes, Carol.
Okay. No, I love it! The head. And tell your guest what you're doing. Okay? Little things don't mean a lot, they mean everything, Rhonda! I know. So I come in, I'm going to do, so what's going to happen is the haircut, you're going to let the haircut do the work for her, okay? You're still going to send her home with airlift, which wait until I get there, but for the most part, sorry, I got a lot of crap in it. That's okay.
Can you try on me next time?
You're going to come in.
It doesn't even feel like a razor.
Okay, now,
I need that too.
you're next. Just because it's your birthday.
Okay.
It's your birthday. Go, shorty. Okay, she's gonna need it. Okay, so I can do this wet or dry. But once I see it dry and I actually have it round brush and I actually have it styled, I can be like, I need a little bit more. I can still go in with my razor, right? And I like this. What's happening here? I like this. Okay. I just want a little bit of volume right there on her bangs so she's not constantly trying to get them up. So you just take it and just a little bit. And light hand. If you guys have a heavy hand, just be careful when you're doing this, okay? All right. Now I'm going to style her product. But if you hate it, it's most likely, not all the time, but most likely because you're using it incorrectly, right? Like I'll go in and I'll see salon stylist. Oh, I gotta open it. These like directly on the scalp. Okay. First of all, nothing to see here. First of all, you're never going to get volume from the scalp. The day you get volume from your scalp, call me because I want half of that money. Okay? So what you want to do is a 1/4 inch from your scalp, right? And you'll see that I don't even open it, but maybe like 2 holes. That's it, right there. And I come in and I 1/4 inch from the scalp, I tap it on and push it in, which is why it's called push. Right? Okay. So now you can use this as like a vegan Velcro when you're doing your up styles, anything like that, dry shampoo, anything you need. I'm going to pass it around. You can feel that it's not gritty like most of them are. So that's the only thing I never liked about those powders. It was kind of like a dry shampoo. It's just the grittiness of it and the chalkiness. And it will melt to your hair color, so you don't have to worry about browns or, you know, dark colors, taking that and being white. So now, user-friendly push, right? Like, you're not going to have the opportunity to hate this because it's easier to use. It's, you know, comes out just as a little puff there, okay? So I can come in and I can just work this all the way around. And I'm not kidding. We have a regional director over in the East, And where's he at? Maine? Is that where he's at?
Yes.
And he kept getting questions from his salons. How many pumps do you get out of airlift? So he actually tested it. I mean, right there was way above what I would have done. And counted them. Can you like take a guess on how many pumps you can get out of this bottle before it's gone?
300.
Close?
150.
Nope.
You said like 300.
475.
365 pumps.
One a day.
One pump a day.
Is that the same ingredients as the other one or no?
And you're working
Keeps
with
flat hair
somewhat of
away.
the same. Actually, Wendy has put in push powder into this bottle, and it comes out the same. Okay. You're a couple different ingredients in there because it's not as like push is a little bit heavier. This would be more for your separation without cutting it off. Okay. And then I can just come in, and I can even, she's really bulky right here, so even after doing the vertical, I can come in and see some of this you don't know until it's dry. So that's why I absolutely love using the razor. And shattering that up on dry hair. What do you guys think? Can you think of one guess that you can do horizontal framing, vertical framing, or the weave technique on?
Not gonna lie, probably.
Now, like on my guys, I don't know where Justin went, but if he would come in, I would blend the side and dust the sides with my razor, blending him up. Okay? So just have some fun with the razor. Like I felt like it brought back joy in my life with cutting. You know what I'm saying? Because there were so many times I would try to like do pieces with my shears and it wouldn't not want to put any kind of comb or anything in there until you put the next 3 products in. So the next 3 products is going to be your Basu oil. Go ahead and lean your head back. You're going to get a S pattern. You're going to do an S pattern down the middle. Stream it on. Don't put it in your hands. Why? There you go. Stream it on. Just a little bit. Open it up. Okay? Down the middle, down the side here.
Would you wear gloves with that?
Why would you wear gloves?
I don't know, because you said it penetrates more in your hands.
Oh,
So it'll go into the hair more.
I was like, why would you wear? Are you saying Rosa is, yeah.
Is it something I can,
Okay.
just curious.
I've never had that. That is funny. You could, yeah.
So smart.
I know. Rhonda? Okay, so the Basu oil goes on. The Basu oil is going to add shine. Okay, so let's just recap really quick.
So she was just washed with what she was put on?
Just rinse it out.
Oh, you just rinsed it?
Yep.
No condition.
Yep, no condition. Now, what you can do if needed, and how you know if it's needed is if she had a really, like a lot of buildup, like a lot of buildup. You can take, when you take her back to the shampoo, rinse the Purify out that you've had under the heat. Shampoo her again with Purify at the bowl as you would, you know, any other shampoo, and then rinse out. Your protein. This is pure protein, vacuum sealed. Okay? You're going to take the protein and in one shot you're going to add, this is going to add the strength that she needs. Same thing, lean back. Do not use the whole tube on one individual. Come back, stream it on. So now I'm adding protein for strength. Okay, and volume. Good job. Who was that? Okay, I'm going to come in and rub that all in. So now, Purify has removed any unwanted elements, and Basu has added shine. One Shot has added strength. Basu Mask has added moisture, hydration. Okay. Now that I have it all in there, I can go through and comb through it with little to no breakage. Now, if I have a guest in my chair, which happens a lot, and I put the protein or the One Shot, the mask, and the oil in, and her hair, I mean, I can't get through it still. Then I'm gonna put a cap back on her and she goes under the